Florida universities face course censorship under Senate Bill 266. Experts fear academic repression. Governor Ron DeSantis is getting exactly what he wanted. Florida's 12 state universities are now eliminating classes on identity, politics, and controversial historical events to comply with Senate Bill 266. Passed in 2023, the law prohibits the use of state or federal funds for programs promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion, or political activism. Consequently, LGBTQ student centers and cultural support programs have also been shut down. Among the removed or altered courses are Anthropology of Race and Ethnicity, Sociology of Gender, Chinese Calligraphy, and LGBTQ Studies. These classes are either no longer available, restricted to upper-level students, or have had their descriptions changed to avoid violating the law. Critics argue that the Senate Bill 266 undermines academic freedom and will deter top students and educators from attending Florida's universities. The University of Miami, as an example, has a very extensive LGBTQ engagement program with classes and even a minor in queer studies. The school has more than a dozen LGBTQ-centric student organizations. The difference? The University of Miami is a private school and not in the reach of Ron DeSantis. There is also concern that schools could lose national accreditation, which often requires DEI programs as part of the higher education standards. The bill grants the Florida Board of Governors, largely appointed by Governor Ron DeSantis, the authority to review the core curriculum courses. The Board of Governors will also review each school's proposed course listings for the 2025-2026 academic year and make suggestions over which courses should be altered or removed. Schools that refuse could lose vital state funding or be targeted by DeSantis and the other board for other penalties. This is interesting because I was doing some research on there's even more courses that's being eliminated, food and history and women, a lot of women's studies, which makes me think,
wow,
women.
Especially with what we're going through right now.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just like we think women, hopefully women don't think they're safe, with everything that's going on either in this, against the LGBTQ community and now DEI.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for his year to be over with.
Oh my God, right? Seriously, but Chinese calligraphy?
Right.
Why you gotta go after Chinese calligraphy? That was the course I wanted to take. You know what I mean? No, it's scary. Okay, this is obviously at a university level, and here in South Florida, we deal with so much with that with public school, right? And them taking out of curriculum Black history, LGBTQ plus history, women's history. They want us to be dumb. Right? They want children not to have a full education and have their own thought process on life. And it's getting scarier and scarier, Indigenous Peoples Day just passed, right? I grew up thinking that the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria were the boat that brought this man and discovered America and all that. It wasn't until I started questioning everything that I found out that he was a rapist and a pillager. Yep. And all he did was discover a land that was already discovered.
Yep.
So this makes me sad. Okay, on top of it, going to school is not cheap. No. Okay, by no means at all. Ask Bonnie, right? So you're gonna have someone go blood, sweat, and tears, loans, etc., go to school and then not be accredited.
Right.
And that's a possibility, a huge possibilities for these universities here in South Florida. I love UM, and thank God that UM is not a public university, right? During the Smart Ride last year, that was like our home base to meet and get all our passes and stuff like that. Their queer community is so huge. And like you said in the story, Vaughn, they have so many different groups there to support the LGBTQ plus alum and the kids that go to their school,
Partnered with Outshine.
Partnered with Outshine.
Involved. They pick out a film, they bring this to, and that's the difference.
That's the difference.
From a private setting without this governor's thumb on the, the scale thing here. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Well, and you think about Miami and you think about the schools, and we've obviously seen what's happened when he appoints boards for our school boards, right? Mm-hmm. But in Miami, even in the school level, they were still able to fight against him. And Miami has just done a great job at doing it. It's like it's almost like they can't be touched, but They've just done some great things with the students,
have.
and they're very supportive.
October is LGBTQ History Month, right? We haven't heard as much about it this year, like in past years, because of the exclusion in curriculum and most places. And Miami was like, F you, we're still going to do this.
Right.
You know, we're still going to celebrate this monumentous, important, thing to reflect on. So we'll be watching that.
Yeah.
I mean, God, DEI is so important. It's
Absolutely.
just so
Also,
important.
That if you want to make the children dumb, DeSantis, which seems to be your goal, they have so many sources to learn everything they need to know. They don't just learn things from the classroom anymore. As the resident young student here at this table, even with you being present, you learn half the material in the classroom and half the material on social media.
Yeah.
And then once you find a topic that you're really invested in, you really deep dive into it. There's so many case studies on everything. If you want to make the left dumb and the children dumb, you're going to have a damn hard time doing that. The only people that will remain dumb and continue to get dumb are the people that follow you and root for you. So if you want them to stay dumb, you're doing a fantastic job, because they are already dumb for following you. But everybody else, you're not going to step on our necks with education. We are much smarter than that. Dumbass.
I've seen firsthand. I have to tell you, you're so right. I'm on the board for Safe School South Florida.
Oh, I love Safe
And, we work one level down, right? We work with, students in the public school system, and these kids aren't stepping back.
Nope.
They're not stepping down. They're saying, whoa, wait a minute, this isn't right. How can we make this work? How can we do this? And, they've got some really, really great teachers that want to empower them. But things like this are designed to scare those people, to scare those allies, to scare those of us that are in their communities, say, you might get fired, or you might lose your funding, or you might, it can be a scary time. So, we rely on, we've got to speak up.
It's all scare tactics, Alan, When Don't Say Gay, everybody at the table remembers Don't Say Gay and how we were all so scared shitless about it. I'll say it, right? And, I have friends who are gay and are teachers and were afraid to put up a picture of their family in their classroom, right? Because in this economy, who wants to lose their job right now, right? It's just not. And it's all scare tactics. It's all scare tactics, and it's just sad.